Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age 2.
Varric. Carver. Still think you're helping while bearing us in debt to your brother.
Still riding side saddle while bitching at your betters?
Ooh.
Drinks later.
Never miss 'em.
Oh, you guys.
I heard you lost something. This it? I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Bounty. Rescue the Viscount's son. The unbidden rescue. Offered on the authority of His Excellency Viscount Marlowe Dumar. Citizens of able nature, Viscount Dumar requires your aid. His son, Seamus Dumar, has been lost to uncertain company, and a safe return is sought with all haste. Make your case of skill to Seneschal Bran at his station in His Excellency's keep, and the reward for this act shall be generous in both sentiment and coin. Okay. Alright, so, hello, Bodan.
Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal. Hello.
Hi, Sandal.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
I'm all a tremble.
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents? Enchantment? Just so.
Your son is an enchanter.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
Sure.
I like enchantment.
Sure.
He enjoys his work.
Yeah.
What more could one ask?
As long as he's happy. How did you end up here?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never kept to the tried and true roads. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
You knew the hero of Ferelden. Crazy.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine woman.
Wow.
After all her accomplishments, may she find even greater success.
I'm sure she thinks the same of you, Bodan.
But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Okay, let's see what you got.
See what you have.
Yeah.
By all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Alright. Not really worried about those. Eh. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. Enchantment apparatus. Let's see what I've got here. Let's do this. I like fire. Bianca, we're gonna do that. And a hater's razor. I don't know. We'll see. What about armor? Okay. Thanks, Sandal. Thanks, Bodan. It was much helpful. Most helpful. Thank you.
Just keeping the peace.
Gonna head in this general direction. There's a barrel over here. And a Senril is in this general area as well, if I recall. Maybe not right now. I think maybe she's here at night. I don't know. We'll see.
I shouldn't have worn these shoes.
We're now in the brothel. This is the Blooming Rose in the red light district.
And here we are in the brothel. My day is complete.
I know.
Oh, it's so lovely.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
Yeah. Alrighty. Got a thing for you.
You lost something. This it? You found this? I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, just shh, shh, shh. 1 copper. Oh, Lord. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys.
Me, Sir Templar.
Mead is.
Coming right up.
I've got your usual ready and waiting for you upstairs, Sarah.
Many thanks, Madame C.
Hi, Madame Lucine.
Ferelden, are you? We are not a charitable organisation, Sarah. If you cannot pay,
please
you will
leave.
have to take your lonely self elsewhere. Is that clear? 2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
No, that's fine.
I'm not interested.
Of course you aren't. Poverty had nothing to do with your decision, I'm sure.
It didn't actually. Hi, Gamlin. Uh-huh.
Pays me a copper every time I kick the little bastard.
Wow. So there's an older Templar fellow here.
They love it. I don't ask why. Probably don't want to know. At least they tip well.
Oh, goodness. Quintus.
Welcome to the Blooming Rose. Personally, I wouldn't say it's blooming precisely, but the name's not my choice.
Okay. Porphyria.
Order in a minute.
Alright, that's fine. No worries. I'm not in any rush. I'm pretty much just wandering around trying to make sure I grab, like, codex entries and random stuff that's just laying around. Am I interrupting your business meeting? Yeah, these are the coterie guys that actually run the place. Or the money men, I should say. Up here with some mostly just locked rooms.
I've never met a dwarf before.
That's because you've spent too much time frolicking in the woods, Daisy. Dwarves don't frolic.
Dalish don't really frolic either. Not in the woods, anyway.
You have sanctioned frolicking areas?
No, just not in the woods. The trees get jealous.
What?
But you do frolic.
Of course we do. We wouldn't be elves otherwise.
Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, this is a better staff than what you actually have. Let's do this here. Okay. These are very much better. Gloves. Okay. Is this a chest that Barrett can open? Please open it. Thank you, sir. You're so helpful. Is there anything in here that I can rob? Okay, no. Okay, we're gonna call it good and leave the blooming rose to its blooming self. I did have some things I need to do. Other things, rather than hang around the brothel.
If I don't find a dress for tonight, I'll be laughed out of Kirkwall.
You'll probably be fine.
Thank you very much for the help earlier, Varric.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
Yeah, you never know. I'm not sure I would... Yeah, I mean, like, just make sure... I don't want to lose you. I mean, you never know. Like, I might turn a corner and you'd be gone. Like a stray puppy. I don't want to have to worry about that. Where am I going? I should go this way. The chantry is this way.
Have you seen a dog? Small, with a blue bow about her neck.
Afraid not, sir. Sorry.
Sebastian, stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Alrighty. Hello. Hey, you handsome. Let's, look at this thing.
And Andraste did say, those who harm a house of the Maker have done harm unto the Maker himself.
Alright. So yeah, a grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Prince Sebastian Vale. Okay. We can probably do that. I just want to see if there's any... random loot. I'm gonna come up here too for one sec really quick. So these are some Hightown estates. As, yeah, just said Hightown estates.
A Dalish elf here? Under Anna Tishan's sister. Oh my.
Okay. Here's a crate. I'm just grabbing stuff. Just, you know, junk. Stuff and junk. We're gonna go in the chantry, probably. While we're here. So yeah, this is like the nice part of Kirkwall. As you can probably tell, it's quite a bit nicer than Lowtown. And as close to the chantry as all good maker-fearing nobles should be, close to the chantry, right? Here's a chest. Is there one over here maybe too? No? Okay. It's pretty nice chantry all told. As you can see, the chantry got a bit of a redesign as well. The chantry uniforms. And the Templar uniforms did too.
You remind me of Harin Pyvel, Varric. Only younger and shorter, and not as serious.
So, it's a close resemblance, then.
Well, he tells stories, and you tell stories. Although none of his begin, no shit. There I was.
Well, I think it was some better stories, then.
love that. I love that line. I love Meryl's imitation of Eric. Oh shit, there I was. So good. That sounded nothing like Eric, by the way. Oh goodness.
There is no frightening sort. Demons, the whole lot of them.
Oh, Mako,
I do wish the Viscount would have them run off.
Yep, sometimes we have to be a little bit tolerant, guys. Parvalin, the occupied north. That's Kunari stuff. Nothing in here. Okay. Founding of the Chantry. That'll be an interesting read. Locks of the Golden Fool. Okay. So yeah, I'm just grabbing, you know, codex entries and random loot and stuff, before I continue the next main thing that I need to do. The Sermons of Divine Renata the First. Here's one on the Maker. Hi, Grand Cleric Althena.
Witness that disgraceful scene by the Chanter's Board. I am Althena, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. Sebastian's normally a good lad, but he's had a terrible shock.
So who is he?
Was that his name?
Sebastian Vale. He was affirmed here nearly a decade ago. He had just been invested as a brother when we got the news about his family. I'm afraid he reacted rashly, denied his vows, and left the Chantry. If the Maker wills it, he will return to himself before it's too late.
So he's a brother.
He's some kind of priest.
He is an initiate of the faith. As a man, he cannot serve as a mother would, but he has led the chant here many times. Before last week, I would have said he was the most faithful of our true believers.
So what happened exactly?
His family.
Sebastian is the youngest son of the ruling family of Starkhaven. They were overthrown recently, violently. Sebastian is the only surviving member.
Ruling family, huh?
Prince Sebastian Vale, if he succeeds in his pledge to take back his lands. He made a vow to the Maker to put worldly concerns behind him. It is a sin to forswear himself for a mere title.
Right, well, I'm gonna help him.
His family deserves to be avenged.
Sebastian would spend his coin to buy men's lives, the same as those who attacked his family. No matter how justified he feels, that is murder. And when he returns, I will tell him so again.
Okay. You do that. Alright, so... right. We are gonna go... Maiden switch at night. I'm gonna go to Lowtown during the day. We're gonna do Tranquility. There's kind of a particular order that I want to do some of these things in. I'm not going to ignore anything. Like, I'm going to do everything eventually. It's just...
So, you're not like a lot of other girls.
Oh, geez.
I'm an elf.
Right.
Oh, dear.
All right, then.
Oh, did I miss something dirty?
No.
It wasn't dirty. It wasn't anything.
Oh, guy.
Right.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Dirty things, and sometimes I wouldn't mind hearing them.
Would you now?
Carver, don't even... No. Oh, good lord. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh boy. Actually, what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna pop into the Hanged Man. I'm just for 1 minute, I'm gonna switch Meryl out for Aveline, just for this part of this quest. Because just for roleplay purposes, I'd like to have Aveline with me for this part of it.
Varric, do you do anything?
The next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
It makes perfect sense to me. Varric has his fingers in a lot of pies, actually. It's quite interesting. The Tethras family is actually very, very wealthy. They have quite a history. They were a noble family in Orzammar, but then they were disgraced and tossed out. They were made casteless and came to the surface because Varric's father did a bad thing. But Bartrand has fantastic business sense, and so does Varric, for that matter. They both do. And so they've actually, like, rebuilt their family's wealth from basically nothing on the surface. So now the Tethras family is actually very, very rich, and they have their fingers in a lot of pies. Well, I don't know if they're super rich right now, but certainly within, like, the next decade or so, the Tethras family is going to be incredibly rich. And Varric is obviously a very cunning person who actually, yeah, like, he does a lot of stuff. Like, he makes a big show of not really doing a whole lot, but he actually does quite a bit. It's very, it's one of the reasons why I like Varric so much. It's because he's not really what he seems in many different ways, actually. He's not nearly as ruthless as he likes to make himself out to be, and he's also not nearly as lazy as he likes to make himself out to be. So anyway, we're looking for a Ferelden Grey Warden. So we gotta go here.
Will everyone please just step back?
A donation box. Okay. Let's donate some money to help the Ferelden refugees.
My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to...
If you'd noticed me, like, spending a fair amount of money, it's really okay. Like, it's not difficult. It's actually not difficult to get 50 sovereigns if you do everything. Like, it really doesn't take much. So, it's not a big deal to just toss five sovereigns in that bank. Anyway, so here's Lyrene.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
Can I help?
Is there a way I can assist these people?
If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else?
Well, I am looking for someone.
You know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Well, I won't bother him.
Then I ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah. You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, He serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
So he's a mage.
He's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
Oh, perish the thought. Another delicate mage flower.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
Well, I mean him no
Your
harm,
healer is
so...
in no danger from me.
Right. Perfectly safe if he cooperates.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his
Oh,
services.
goodness.
Refugees in Darktown know to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough, Anders will be within. I haven't eaten all day.
Okay. Let's check this out, see what's going on here.
Hey, we heard you in there asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town, and it ain't gonna happen to him.
I'm not gonna...
You
Carver.
want him safe? Don't pick fights with other Fereldans while the Templars are after us all.
Ferelden? But you're clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Maker bless the rule of our King Alistair.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, Carver actually was like, hey, you let me say something, huh? Yeah, I did. That's true. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch Aveline back out. I want...
So,
oh, my
Carver,
goodness. Whoop!
have you thought about what you'll do if your expedition doesn't pay off?
This is our only chance, and you know it.
We'll probably just
You're
keel
so
over
damn
and die.
proud you couldn't pick up a trade.
And who would take a Ferelden apprentice? Maybe in another year I could work my way up to Piss Boy.
Fine, let's crawl down some holes. Good bloody luck for your sake.
Why aren't you taking me to task for this, Aveline? Theoretically, I thought it was Hawk's idea, not Carver's, but whatever. She's got to take the piss out of Carver for it. I'm actually gonna switch out. Let's go to Darktown. Alright. So yeah, this is... Oh my. I think we're good.
They can change us.
So yeah, this is Darktown. Darktown is, if you can believe it, even worse than Lowtown. It's a pretty nasty place.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
It's a living.
Can't make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the Coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Sure. I don't really need anything, though. That's fine. Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
Daisy, for my sake, please quit cutting through the alleys in Lowtown alone at night.
Nothing ever happens. I'm perfectly safe, Varric.
Yes, I know. And that nothing is costing me a fortune.
See, that's what I mean. Like, Varric is like, he's not as much of a ruthless guy as he makes himself out to be. If you're one of his friends or one of the, people that he's decided to give his protection to, he goes to great lengths to keep you safe. Varric is like one of the most loyal people you can ever imagine. He's also he's just generally a very nice person. Like, he doesn't come across as, at first at least, as being particularly nice, but he is actually, like, at one point a character in Inquisition actually says he's actually very pure of heart, and that's a very accurate description of Varric. Pure of heart is very accurate.
Something of yours, sir.
You have done a great kindness in returning this.
Of course. No problem. So yeah, Varric is just, I love Varric. I think he's one of the best characters. That was good and messy.
Adventure. I'm not feeling it.
Okay. Death root. It's our first death root plant. How nice. We'll be down here again momentarily, actually. We don't need to worry about him just yet. But I'm gonna take that money.
Fereldans, free marchers, all Shems are the same down here.
Well, all Shems are pretty much the same everywhere, if we're being honest. Okay. Well, there's some lit lanterns. Look at that. Anders also got a bit of a makeover. And a new voice actor, for that matter.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Are you the Great
Strange
Warden?
occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about taint and death?
Yeah.
Not healing and salvation.
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not
No.
going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat.
What?
Poor
Sir Pouncelot? Really?
He hated the deep roads.
Right. Sir Pouncelot,
You had a
huh?
cat named Sir Pouncelot in the deep roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
Aww. Can people leave the wardens?
I've heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the Darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
Okay. So what are you doing
so you
here?
came to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no Darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
Well, okay. I want your help.
Expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
What's the favor?
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
Yep.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area. But there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend. A mage. A prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Who is
Tell
this
me
mage?
about your friend.
His name is Carl Thekla. He was sent here from Ferelden when Kirkwall Circle required new talent. His last letter said the Knight Commander was turning the Circle into a prison. Mages are locked in their cells, refused appearances at court, made tranquil for the slightest crimes. I told him I would come.
A prison, huh?
Accusations true?
Ask any mage in Kirkwall. Over a dozen were made tranquil just this year.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty high number.
The worse the rumors become.
So how did the Templars find out?
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
Okay, so what's
How
your
do you
plan?
plan to break him out of the gallows?
I'm hoping it won't come to that. I sent Carl a message to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Maker willing, he'll be there, alone. But if there are Templars with him, I swear I'll free him from them, whatever the cost.
So...
You want to make your friend an apostate?
Yeah.
That's such a weighted term. Yes.
Really? Hawk's been an apostate her whole life.
But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything.
Really? Because I've met a few.
No will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Well, that's a little controversial. I think Hawk would probably try not to take too many sides. Like, I think Hawk is far more concerned with her own problem, like, her own personal freedom as opposed to, like, the freedom, like, you know, I tend to kind of play Hawk as a little bit apolitical. Like, she's trying, like, even as a mage, like, she's trying to kind of keep out of it. Like, she herself is personally trying to avoid the Templars. And part of that is keeping her head down and not rocking the boat, you know? Not being too outspoken.
I doubt the
So yeah, I think that's a little controversial there.
The Divine is only a mouthpiece for the Chantry. The Maker does not speak through her.
I never said that.
You teach the Templars their own faith. They seem pretty devout.
Never mind. I do not seek debate, only your aid.
So you want me to fight? Yeah, again, like, she's like, okay, it's not that she doesn't want, not that she doesn't think all mages should be free in the abstract or whatever, but also she is not here to make enemies of the Templars. Like, she's not here to court disaster. So yeah, you're asking me to fight a bunch of Templars.
I'm not sure about attacking Templars. I might rather take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
Doesn't fighting them prove their point? They don't need more reasons to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Maker willing, we will all leave free men.
And women. But okay, sure. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo-doo. History of Kirkwall, Chapter 4. Okay. Good. So yeah, Anders is pretty, for various reasons that we will discover shortly, Anders is pretty gung-ho about, like, sort of mage freedom and pro-mage rights. And, like, Hawk is an apostate, and it's not that she doesn't think that mages should be free or whatever, or that, you know, or that she approves of mages in Kirkwall specifically being mistreated. But I think she's probably, especially at this point, like early on, she's like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, if I stuck my nose out in the gallows, I would just end up there myself, because I am an apostate mage. Or worse, you know, they would capture me and lock me up, or possibly even make me tranquil. So, you know, she's trying to keep her head down and her mouth shut, basically, so that she doesn't get herself into a ton of trouble.
Well, now we know where the sewers lead.
Indeed we do, Carver. And we're about out of time here, so I'll leave it here for the moment. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later!